Module 13, Segment 1, Shop Control Overview. In this segment, you will learn about the powerful capabilities of the Shop Control module. You will see how management can analyze the actual labor hours and days it takes to complete tasks and repairs. You will also learn the basic layout of the screens and navigation in the Shop Control module. Please note that this training segment assumes you already have basic working knowledge of the core quantum control modules. The Shop Control module adds to quantum control all of the features necessary to control and monitor workflow in aviation MRO facilities. Tasks are used to define the processes to be completed. Labor costs, part costs, outside service costs can all be tracked against a task. Tasks are user-defined, and a group of tasks can be saved as templates for easy reuse in future work orders. In addition to templates holding information on parts requirements and costs, labor, and tasks, instructions for mechanics can also be added. Templates can be easily created, modified, and added to work orders at any time. A variance tracking feature allows managers to fine-tune task definitions and work plans based on actual past performance and costs. Labor is recorded at the task level, and each task can have your choice of open, closed, delayed, or canceled status. Status codes are user-definable and are used to track the progress of the work. Exception reports based on status codes serve as a powerful management tool. The main Shop Control window is organized into 3 tabs: Tasks, Part Management, and Research. The top portion contains basic information such as the type of work, customer, part number, serial number, and dates. The lower portion contains the details of each task, such as labor hours, bill of materials, instructions, and miscellaneous charges. The toolbars located on the bottom are the navigational tools for moving through the work order. We will first look at the Task tab. Each task or step in the work order may have an expected or standard number of days needed to complete the process. When you apply an open status to the work order, the actual number of days begins calculating. When the task is completed, you will apply a closed status that will give you the actual number of days the task took to complete. The variance will also be calculated at this time, which is the difference between the standard and the actual. This becomes an invaluable management tool as you analyze work and plan resources. The tabs displayed on the bottom relate to the focused task. Labor may be recorded against each task and provides a similar calculation for labor hours. An estimated number of hours is attached to a skill. A skill defines the type of labor along with burden and billing rates. As labor is recorded for each employee who worked on the task, the actual hours are calculated. Once the task is completed, the labor variance is calculated, which is the difference between the estimated hours and the actual labor hours. A labor variance report is provided for analyzing these results. The details of the labor and skill may be viewed by selecting the Labor tab on the bottom of the screen. Statuses are applied to each task as work begins and is completed. This provides 2 important features. 1. It tracks the process so you always know the progression of the component repair. And 2. It calculates the number of days it took to complete the process. Statuses are user-defined. In our sample, we see the teardown process was completed on 3/16/05 and took 0.4 days, which is 0.6 under our estimated 1 day. The initial inspection is also complete, and the work order is now in the quoting process. The Status History tab on the lower portion of the screen displays the detail of all status changes, including the name of the user who made the change and the time and date it occurred. Delay statuses, such as awaiting customer approval or parts hold, can also be assigned to tasks. This will pause the accrual of actual days, so completion time calculations will not be skewed. Other tabs relating to tasks are the Bill of Materials tab, which contains the parts to be used, the Tools tab, which shows tooling requirements and tracks tooling issued to the task, the Instructions tab, that can be used to provide directions to those working on the task, the Miscellaneous Charges tab that tracks different fees to be billed to the customers, and the Sub-Work Order tab that allows the tracking of diverse routing activity. The icons displayed on the task lines identify the applied status type. Here, for example, the lock icon appears when a task is closed, while the hammer and wrench icon designates that the task is open. The next tab, Parts Management, displays all the parts on the bill of materials and all stock activity against the parts. Also displayed on this window are current stock levels for the part, including quantity needed, quantity reserved, quantity issued, as well as the condition needed. The lower panel displays all stock line reservations, issues, and turn-ins. Let's look at an example. The part in focus has been designated for an exchange. That requires a part to be removed and turned into stock. A new part will be installed in its place. The Stock Activity panel shows us the part that was removed was turned into stock in as removed condition. The serial number is 5846. A new unit with the serial number 46546 was installed in its place. If any of the parts on the BOM have been linked to a repair order, purchase order, or sub-work order, the document number is displayed and may be opened with the Inspect feature. Most stock activity is managed through the Parts Management menu. The menu may be customized, as we will discuss later. The last tab, Research, provides an easy mechanism for tracking all activity on a work order. This tab is configured just as the Inventory Master window history grids are configured. For more information on configuring this window, refer to the Online Help, Chapter 4, History Browsers. Once this tab is configured, you have easy access to the data and can drill down to supporting detail by using the Inspect function. You can rearrange the order of the grids, sort and export data just as you can with any other browser. The toolbars on the bottom of the window can be customized to suit individual user roles. Buttons can be added and removed as in other Windows applications, so that required functions are only one click away. Let's remove the View and Tool Reserve functions from the main toolbar. First, click on the down arrow located at the end of the toolbar. Select Add or Remove Buttons. The list of icons opens. To remove the icons, we will click on the View function and then the Tool Reserve function. Notice the checkmark disappears. Now, return to the Shop Control window. You will see that the View and Tool Reserve buttons no longer appear on the bottom toolbar. You may also add and remove other menus from the Shop Control window. Let's add the Global menu. Right-click on the main toolbar to access the other menu options. Then, simply click on Global. You now see the Global options on the toolbar. Now that the Global menu features appear on the window, you may add and remove buttons as explained above. To recap what we have learned in this session, we familiarized ourselves with the work order screen layout. We learned the purpose of each tab on the work order window. We know how to find and navigate to records linked to the work order. We learned how to add and remove menu buttons. You are now ready to begin Segment 2, Creating the Work Order.